Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. Hey! Look,
hey, what's going on?
It's Dave from FlyHighFPV. It is an FPV kind of night. We got Joshua Bardwell going to be on, the KnowitAll later. Get your questions ready for him in the chat. But don't run scared, GPS guys, because we're going to have some newbie options for you. As I recently experienced hanging out at the Bardwell compound, we're going to tell you how to get into FPV because it truly is a gift from the heavens.
Got to get you off those plastic drones.
Not exclusively. I mean, you can do both. You can do both. Yeah. It's all flying, man. And that's what we're here to do.
I still make my money on DJI, but I fly that FPV every day.
There you go. Now, just keep in mind, his reaction time might be a little slow tonight, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he does fly high. He does fly high.
It's my internet.
I know. No, it's your internet. It's a little bit. He's a little bit laggy. So we got drone news coming up, and lots of great viewer videos. If you haven't sent one in, you would like to send one to us, you can send it here, Ken Heron Upload at gmail.com. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, our biggest sponsor, the Cadillac of processed meat, Pigeon Jerky, everybody.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow.
Yeah!
And it's full of fiber to make them go.
Here we go!
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky,
the Cadillac of processed meats. Yeah! Yes, indeed. Thank you, Pigeon Jerky. A healthy snack since 1970. Now,
love that street bird.
Yeah. Before we go any further, it's not all fun and games. Because last week, apparently things got a little bit out of hand. And somebody complained about something that I had on the show last week, and they made me a video. And before we get into all the fun and the comedy, let me just go ahead and share this video from the complainant. So watch this.
It's a nice day, and I'd hoped to get out and fly my drone a little bit, but something happened that I think I need to address. And so I'm going to let Fisheye fly the drone today. You good, Fisheye?
Oh boy, I could fly.
Okay.
Take off. The home point has been
I'm going to
updated.
read a
Please
prepared
check it
statement
out
so I don't leave anything out. Dear Ken Heron, I am offering this public complaint concerning your weekly live stream, Thursday Night Live. How you doing, Fisheye?
Flying like a bird.
Good. All right. On February 17th of this year, you shared some inappropriate material on your show. I'm hoping you accept this criticism and take appropriate action to prevent future occurrences. How's your line of sight?
I'm doing fantastic.
All right. I've been watching your streams for years now, and I've always appreciated the PG-13 nature of the humor. Even the segments featuring Jimbo Shark, arguably the filthiest Canadian in the world, are family friendly. You doing okay?
The picture's almost done.
Picture?
I mean battery.
Oh. Where was I? Oh yeah. Imagine my surprise when on this particular episode you showed a day-glow pink dildo strapped to a drone. Your co-host Kelly Green and you laughed as Tom Pepin piloted his penile projectile to and fro in front of my astonished eyes. You okay, Fisheye?
I'm just shifting to a new perspective.
Okay. It's my hope that you take this into consideration and never show that type of inappropriate material on your show again. Thank you for your time.
I'm finished.
You're done?
Look at that flight pattern.
That looks like... Never mind.
Landing.
Isn't that fantastic? Oh, thank you, Mudball Creative, for that. Dave, your thoughts?
That's awesome. You know that TBS just released a new app for Crossfire that's got a telemetry data logger, and you can actually make penis maps with it now.
You can?
Yeah, Trappy was testing it out the other day, like a true champion.
Oh, cool. Well, we gotta draw peni all over the place. That's what we gotta do.
Yes, you just gotta draw your big old dick on the map somewhere.
There you go. Again, if you want to send in a creative video, you can do that here. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Make sure you include your music source because, you know, YouTube will get its panties in a wad if you play your favorite Eagles song or whatever. And you can use Epidemic Sound if you want to use copyright-free music and sound effects. EpidemicSound.com. Link in the description for a free 30-day trial. Now, before we get into anything else, like the news, which is coming right up, I want to warn those of you who suffer from the fear of clowns, because the weekly bow chart does include a clown. And now we go to the Great White North with Mr. Beauchart and the weekly Beauchart. Enjoy.
Hi everybody, it's your Uncle Extra Medium back again with another episode of the Weekly Beauchart. Let's get into it, shall we?
Yes.
What's the difference between Dubai and Abu Dhabi? The people in Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but the people in Abu Dhabi do. Yippee! Cell phones are so expensive nowadays. When I fall and hear a crack, I hope it's my leg.
Oh no!
One time I exaggerated so hard that I died.
Killing me!
A dog may very well be man's best friend, but a cat will never tell the police where your weed is. Why was Stephen Hawking only telling one-liner jokes?
Oh, no.
Because he couldn't do stand-up.
Oh, my God.
Have you ever thought that maybe plants are farming us? They supply us with oxygen until we die. Then we decompose in the ground to feed them.
Oh, geez.
What's the difference between a dirty bus stop and a lobster with breast implants? One is a crusty bus station, and the other is a busty crustacean.
Holy moly!
And now here's a quick one, because as usual, we are running out of time. I just bought the world's worst thesaurus today. Not only is it terrible, but it's also terrible. And on that note, bah and bye.
Thank you, Mr. Beauchart, for that. That was wonderful. That was wonderful.
Was terrific. Good jokes tonight, man.
Every
nice work.
every week he does like costume changes. I mean, there must be nothing else to do up there in Canada. But thank you, Jim, for doing that. Very much appreciated.
I'm always prepared to be terrified.
Yeah, it is terrifying. Have you ever seen Mr. Potty Mouth, where he dresses up like a toilet?
Oh yeah,
that's a magic moment.
Yeah, I've seen the topless on the. It can't be unseen. It's like
it's
no
like,
amount of eye bleach.
It's like that picture of our news guy. Once you see it, there's no unseeing it. What's that? What's that I hear? Oh my goodness! Well, before we get into the news, it seems as though the Super Chat train is pulling out of the station. I want to thank everybody for making donations, Super Chats, before we even started streaming. Thank you very much to all the Robs with their early Super Chats. Very much appreciated. We got a whole bunch of new members here. And Philip Koshat. $5 from Philip Koshat. He usually hangs out with us in Birmingham. He missed our last time, but we'll see you next time. He says, Bardwell and Shaddix sounds like a detective show. Bardwell and Shaddix. Wait, where's my, here we go. It's Bardwell and Shaddix hitting the streets, fighting crime together. Thursdays on NBC. All right. Back to the Super Chats. Thanks for the fake grin there. Dynadrone! Thank you, Dynadrone, very much for the $5. Hey, Ken, let's go. Thank you, sir. And Boreal Jeff with a Canadian $10. I hear that's like real money, Canadian money. Thanks, Ken. Keep up the shows. And Media Mike. Hey, thanks, Media Mike. $20. Good evening, Ken and Dave. It's an FPV kind of night. It is. Can you feel it in the air, Dave?
I can feel it.
Or is that something else in the air? Yeah. Ken Torbeck. Hey, Ken. Thanks for the $5 and thank you for the package. We will check your package later. Won't we, Dave? We're going to check Ken's package, right? He sent in a package. By the way, if you want to send something to me, you can send it here. Ken Heron, P.O. Box 1281, Huntington, Tennessee, 38344. Remember, if it's ticking, wrap it twice. All right. Thank you, Ken. He says, wow, everyone is sent you their package. Joshua Bardwell, $10 from Joshua. Thank you, Joshua. I'll give you $10 to let me be on the show. You got it. Wasn't going to do it, but what the hell? We'll make room for you. Thank you, Joshua.
Plenty of room for Joshua. You are always welcome here,
Absolutely. And Drone Rob, thank you, Drone Rob, for the 239. All aboard the Super Chat train. Eric Swanson, $10. So I guess this Super Chat means I'll have less money in my pocket to try to get into FPV. Oh well, have a great show. Dave, do you think that the most difficult part about getting into FPV for most people is the expense, or is it just the skills?
I think that there's definitely an expense barrier, and you can get into it really cheaply, but getting into it with quality makes so much better experience.
Right, and a lot of people are looking for the inexpensive pack where they get everything, but that's not necessarily the best way to go about it, would you say? Because I remember being sent by a company like these little chintzy ones with the monocle, and it just didn't. It doesn't excite you. Like the,
and they're flimsy and they're not well made and they blow up and burn out. You'll be frustrated.
Right, and then you'll be like, the FPV sucks, but no, it doesn't. You just got the wrong stuff. So
get a ready-made quad with like DJI system already in it, so that you've got the HD system and you'll take off much faster.
Right. It's better to wait.
You'll learn to fix it one part at a time instead of having to build the whole thing from scratch. But I highly recommend building your own quads. That's definitely the way to go, but maybe not for the first. Sometimes, or get a kit. Like Joshua Bardwell has like a kit, and he'll give you every single part you need, and he even has like tutorial videos where he walks you through how to put it together and solder it and program it and all that.
It sounds daunting, but it sounds daunting, but if you do it one step at a time, it really isn't. Now let me get back to these because a few more super chats came in. Beer is good for you. 420 from Beer is good for you. Thank you very much. Hanging with Max in the smoking car. Oh, I didn't know we had a smoking car. I guess tonight we'll have a couple smoking cars, it seems.
Yeah, fill them up.
Max Air 420 also in the smoking car. Thank you very much. He says, hop on, Dave. He'll see you back in that smoking car. Joseph Moylan Carter with a 5-pounder. Let's pound it for our European viewers. It's like 1 a.m. over there, so thank you very much for watching live. I'm pretty sure the British scientist wheelchair has contributed a lot to the world compared to Mr. Beauchart. Oh, sure, but in very different ways. Very different ways, yes. WHM3, $20. Thank you very much for the $20. We're going to have to hook a few more cars onto this train. WHM3 says, will there be any flying penises at Minefield 3.0? I'm hoping if you have one, bring it. If it flies, bring it. Whether it be a fixed wing, a GPS drone, an FPV quad, or a flying penis, bring it. Minefield 3.0. Dave here is a sponsor. Yep. FlyHighFPV.com.
So much fun.
You can
it's
go
a real place to fly. Like the sculpture out there is just absurd. Even if you're just a GPS guy, just to be able to get up above it and see it all, it's amazing what the guy's done up there. And the way he climbs and builds it, Billy Tripp, crazy, man.
It is a crazy place to fly. Check out the video on my channel. We'll tell you all about that a little bit later on. And let's see. Oh my goodness. Viper 6 drone, $50. Thank you, Viper 6. You are awesome. And they didn't say anything. Dave, what do you think Viper 6 wanted to say but didn't have the words?
He said, boys, it's time to get off your plastic drones and get on some carbon fiber.
Get on some carbon fiber. Okay. Thank you, Dave. Very succinct, sir. And Northern Tier FPV, $10. I'm driving. Have a great show. Hey, JB. Yes, if you're driving, I hope you're just listening. Please don't watch and drive. And Joe Fodoleo. Hey, Joe, 420, also in the in the smoking car. Choo choo, mofo. Looking forward to Minefield. And Josh Hawk. Oh my goodness, do you see what Josh did? $100 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, some coin for your trip, and I wanted to plug my buddy's drone race. The National Museum of the United States Air Force 3rd Annual Micro Drone Race at the Air Force Museum. Date and time is Friday, February 25th, 2022 at 12 p.m. Sunday, February 27th, 2022, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So do check out that National Museum of the United States Air Force 3rd Annual Micro Drone Race. Thank you, Josh Hawk, very, very much. Of course, the trip he's talking about is my bucket list trip across the country from Chicago to Santa Monica, California in my RX-8 on Route 66. We're heading out April 1st. And here's our logo. Flying down the road. Mr. FPV. Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
It's beautiful out there. I've driven a lot of 66.
Yeah, have you?
Mm-hmm.
I've never been on it. I've probably been on the interstate parts of it, but never on the actual road.
A lot of it, you're going to want to be on the interstate right next to it and look at it and say, wow, that was a real nice trip of highway 50 years ago.
Yeah, because it's parts of it are still there, right? Like the old parts.
Yeah, it's just grass and stuff coming up through it.
We'll drive on it anyway, because we're real men.
You should.
Mr. FPV. Well, we're certainly going to film it. Mr. FPV, thank you, sir. $20. Good evening, my dudes. Here's to a great show. Still working on my freestyle submission, Dave. Hashtag Minefield 3.0. Excellent. And Ken Torbeck, $5. I know I asked for an FPV for my birthday today, but I was not expecting to be a effing flying penis. Well, hey, if it flies, whatever. Thank you very much for all the super chats. You can keep those coming in during the show. There's one video that I wanted to share before we get into the news. And speaking of flying penises, let me go ahead and just show this. I know Bardwell's watching. And do you know Quadmovr? Have you seen this? The sound, it's just absolutely amazing. Here it is.
It says props.
Tell me, do you know anything about this drone, Dave?
It's a rocket, dude.
It goes 135 miles an hour. Listen to this. Good God! Is that fun to fly? Did he just 3D print something?
He did. He designed and 3D printed something.
And so the shaft helps you go faster, does it?
Well, the camera tilt is what makes you go faster.
Right. And so if you're just going straight line. God. Can you print me one of these, Dave?
Yeah, I can print anything.
Print me a penis, Dave. I want to fly it.
I think we should modify that design so it looks like an actual penis.
Oh, make it look like
then,
the rocket.
Then we can use your high-speed cam to crash it into something.
We'll 3D print it, and then we'll crash it into the candle that smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. How about that?
Or the giant peach in Clanton.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Quadmovr. There is a link in the description with that full video, so do check that out. He's a really cool guy to let us show that. Oh my goodness! Late entry. He's just He was running behind the train and he caught it with one hand like a stuntman. Brad Berry. Thank you, Brad. $66 for the trip. 66 for Route 66. Thank you very, very, very much. And now let's get into the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
I pause more and more each time.
I love it.
Let's head into the newsroom. Jeff Sills, what's going on, my friend?
Well, if people understood from the radio perspective that long pause is something that drives you nuts, that adds even more fun to that. So
yeah, that's called dead air. And if you ever hear it on a radio station, there's a radio guy somewhere running from the shitter to try to push the button. That's what he's doing. What's up, Jeff?
All right. To start off the news this week, we have a farmer, Ben Weir, was recently shepherding his flock through a small town in Victoria. With the help of 5 Australian Kelpies and his partner, they traveled 12 miles. The sheep exodus took 5 hours to complete, traveling at a modest 2.4 miles per hour. There's only 206 inhabitants in this particular town that were overwhelmed with this herd of sheep as they came through. But it got some great footage with a drone.
Holy sheep.
Yeah. And now they're going through this time, but they'll have to go back at some point, right?
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
It's 1,400 sheep herded through a town in Australia. That's just, wow.
They are, and is that dogs? Is that dogs herding them?
Yeah, they have. They're called Kelpies. They had 5, if I'm not mistaken, that were helping to guide the dogs, and the people give the dogs audible signals.
Yeah.
To tell them how to quote unquote steer the sheep.
Can you imagine? I don't see any sheep poo. Do you see any poo leaving behind?
They're not slowing down for nothing.
No. Wow. That is really cool.
Once they get going, they just keep going. But that's a lot of sheep. So
yeah, that's a sheep load.
Yes. All right. So next in the news, we have a video that I will provide to our wonderful FPV guest. This is a drone tour of the famous Morgan car factory production line.
I like these fly-throughs, but only if they're done well. Dave, what is the ideal quad for a fly-through?
A little Cinewhoop. I mean, it depends on how small you need it to be for the job. You can go all the way to 6S and fly big old ducted whoops with giant cameras on them, but they've been getting smaller and smaller where they're running around with little naked GoPros.
Are we still doing that? Are we still doing the naked GoPros? Is that still a thing, or have cameras?
I'm not. I need that warranty, man. I break stuff.
Oh, right. Right. Yeah. Can you take your naked GoPro to Best Buy if it's broken?
No, you literally got a hacksaw it to cut it in half to get the thing naked.
Oh, I mean, okay.
It's like a chastity belt you got to bust off.
Right. But, the smaller the quad, the tighter the spaces you can get in.
Yeah.
And that's true with anything, I guess. Ladies.
If you want to get right up in somebody's face and have somebody catch it, you probably don't want to be using a 5-inch quad.
No. But for this, would you say the pilot is moving around, or is he in one spot?
He's not moving. He's sitting in one spot.
Okay, because some of these larger museums that I've seen with the fly-throughs, like the Mercedes Museum, they put them in a wheeled office chair, and they have a pilot, like where the dude pushes them around so that the signal.
I've seen that too, but I don't think that's that common. I think most of the time you just get a real good position, point your patch in your Omni, and do it.
The one thing about this one that kind of impressed me was the fact that you would think driving or flying through a production factory, a workshop with all that metal, all that equipment, all the machines around, that there would have been interference that would have prevented that. But it looks like he did a great job getting through that. That's their historic facility on Pickersleigh Road.
I'm always impressed with how they can convince everybody to ignore the drone. Because it's like right by their head, ignore the drone.
These one takes aren't first takes. They're
oh no,
practiced and practice and practice, and everybody gets in queue.
Wow, that's really, really cool. That is really cool.
Yeah, I thought you guys would like that.
Thank you.
All right,
thank you, Jeff.
You're most welcome. Next in the news, we have the eVTOL aircraft designer Autoflight released recently their video footage of their Prosperity 1 aircraft doing a first transition from vertical to horizontal flight as part of its flight test regimen.
And here's where I ask the question, would you ride it? Because there's not a person in there now, right? They're flying it remotely.
Yeah, this is flying remotely. This unmanned test took place in Jiangsu province in China last month, reached an altitude of 490 feet, and had a forward airspeed of 123 miles per hour.
So let me know in the chat, would you ride this?
123 miles an hour? Are they going to give me acro?
Well, it's going to have a range of 155 miles. That's the development of it. And the first flight of this one particular version was in October of last year. So it's still part of the development, but this was proof of concept that they had the ability to transition from hover to forward flight and then maintain a speed.
Is this going to be piloted by the person on board, or is this going to be a mission planned kind of thing?
My guess is it's going to be a bit of both. My guess is it's going to be one of these ones that's sort of an automated flight for people. But if you have a need or a purpose to be able to control it, then they would probably be able to provide that.
I'm guessing it's not going to be both. It'll be one or the other because they have to set things up for it. But I wouldn't fly in any of these if I wasn't piloting it.
I mean, it looks like a real aircraft.
Yeah, that's the thing. All these things, they look great and futuristic, but are they airworthy?
There's not a whole lot of wing there if the engines give out. You're not going to be gliding very far on those little skinny things.
And I would hope that they would have a parachute that would come out. Like in some of these little Cessnas, they carry a parachute for the plane. I want one of those.
The parachutes that rip their wings off when you pull them?
Yes. And a giant spring, and I want to land on a bunch of cardboard boxes. That's the only way I would ride it.
And the Wile E. Coyote's going to come out with a little sign.
That's right. Jeff, what are you doing, man? Jeff!
Oh, just preparing for the next story.
Uh-oh. What is it?
I'll just go ahead and tell you as I prepare.
Yeah, what is it?
French military is exploring the use of a wing-flapping bird drone.
A wing-flapping bird drone? I think I have footage from that. Okay.
The bird?
Is this the wing-flapping bird drone?
No, that
Is this
would
the
not
Flappy
be the
Bird
wing-flapping
that you're talking about?
No, that would not be the Flappy Bird that I'm talking about. BioFly is the company that has recently signed a deal with France's Air Ministry of the Armed Forces to develop the use of a flapping bird drone.
Okay.
I don't understand why everyone in the military thinks that it would be better to have a drone that flaps, but there you go.
Propellers are going out of style.
Yeah, it's a carbon fiber wonder. I mean, that's a wonderful thing. And it does look exactly like
a bird.
What is it, Jeff? What's the word? What is the word? What is the word, Jeff?
It's a bird.
It is a bird, isn't it?
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird.
Go, Daddy!
Bird, well, a bird is a word. Well, a bird, well, a bird's a well, a bird, well, a bird is a word, well, a bird.
You're not dancing, Dave.
Bird's a well, a bird, well, a bird is a word, well, a bird, but bird's a well.
Jeff, you all right, bud?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Next time I need a little bit less Coke.
Or more.
All right.
Coca-Cola we're talking about. Yeah.
Just
Anyway.
half the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next in the news, we have some footage. This is from a recent very deadly mudslide in Brazil. More than 90 people have been killed after heavy rainfall triggered flooding and landslides in the area of Petropolis, Brazil. And this is footage that comes from one of the drones that they have there that the news agency runs. But the devastation is pretty extreme. And if you're familiar with Brazil, they have these, entire towns that just go up the sides of hills, and so if a landslide comes down, it just takes, all the houses with it.
Wow. That's good drone footage, but it's very sad. Very sad.
Yeah.
Wow.
But on a lighter note,
yeah,
we recently had a story about rescuers who saved a dog using sausages.
Mm-hmm.
And those particular rescuers have run an award. The volunteers that rescued this dog recently were presented from PETA the Denmead, or was it the Hero to Animals Award for creativity and initiative. And well deserved for that matter. I mean, if you need to get a dog out of a predicament, just dangle food in front of its face.
Right. Look at that little muffin. That poor little muffin was out there, didn't know where to go, all lost, and then here comes a sausage.
I hope
Save
the
the
word
day.
has an actual sausage on it.
What?
I hope the word has a sausage on it.
Oh, it's got to. Yeah, like the Golden Sausage Award or something. Oh, no, wait, that's something different. But, I know what you mean, Dave. Yeah. Back to you.
You lost me.
Yeah, I got you. I'm right here.
All right. So next in the news, a farm in Queensland, Australia could be the home of the first flower in the world planted by a drone.
Crop, to the best of our knowledge, is the first sunflower crop planted entirely by drone.
Wow.
Sunflowers need to have fairly consistent spacing to grow correctly, and they also normally get incorporated quite accurately. So these were some of the challenges that we had to overcome whilst planting them by drone.
Pretty cool, man. That's I love unique uses for drones like that.
Yeah, and that's that whole field, 45,000 something acres or something. It was just, that's incredible to see that done. All right, so next in the news, I have footage from some surf videos, but what's interesting is this drone footage captures some people having some absolutely huge wipeouts.
Oh my goodness. Ooh. Scary stuff. Aren't they a little bit close together? Can't they land on each other? Dave, can you surf?
Not like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, not many of those got out of that wave.
Those are a little out of my scope there.
Wow. Where is this, Jeff?
This is Waimea Bay.
And where's that?
I believe that in Hawaii.
Is it? Okay, I don't know. Oh, it's the Waimea Bay, is it?
Question.
Okay, it's the Waimea Bay. What was the barometric pressure that day, Jeff?
None of your business, Ken.
Oh, you know, but you just don't want to say. I see.
No, I'm not going to tell you nothing.
You're holding all your info close to
Hawaii's
this.
the only place I've ever seen 20-foot waves just like raise up at the beach and crush people.
Yeah,
and it's
Waimea
no joke.
Bay usually gets these waves due to swells that are caused by like really bad storms. So there's a lot of thunderstorms that are developing these huge waves, which of course draws surfers like moths to a flame. So they can't not be there, even if they're going to crash and wipe. They're going to crash and wipe and have fun doing it.
Yeah, I used to body surf a lot in Ocean City, New Jersey, and I thought a big wave was like 10 feet. Those are backbreakers. Yeah.
All right, so next in the news we have HB 1619, or a new bill to be passed to ban the use of drones and unmanned aircraft over private property.
This knucklehead. Oh my God.
The Federal Aviation Administration says more than 800,000 drones are registered in the United States. More than half of those are for recreational use. Drones have become so common that one state representative from our area says it's time for a law that restricts their use over private property. State Representative Dean Van Schoik filed a bill that would prohibit an individual from taking photos or video of someone's property without consent. The bill, which passed out of committee, follows legislation in previous years that restricted drones over prisons and some outdoor venues.
Basically what it's doing is protecting people on their property.
Wait for it, Dave.
A reasonable expectation of some amount of privacy in their open field, and that they shouldn't be have to worry about somebody flying a drone over, taking pictures or videos, streaming what they're doing on their property.
Doesn't he look like Sam the Snowman from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Doesn't he?
Colonel Sanders.
No, he looks exactly like the Snowman guy.
Yes.
Dean Van Schmuck, or whatever his name is.
He wants to rule the skies.
Yeah, but he even sounds like him. Look at that. He even sounds like that Snowman guy. Some of you are.
He had that whistle, that nose whistle when he talked.
I mean, we can knock his appearance, but what he's doing is just real douchey. And they keep trying to do this, They keep trying to.
Yeah.
And it keeps getting knocked down, thankfully. But I want everybody to be aware that this kind of thing is happening in various states all the time.
Grandstanding. This guy's just trying to get elected or reelected.
Yep. He's gonna.
And once the FAA gets wind of this, or somebody with the legalese to understand the FAA's control over this, they will put a squash to this.
They will
very
knock
quickly,
it down.
I'm sure.
Yeah, once the sun comes out really bright, he's just gonna melt away. Okay.
Too much fun.
Yeah.
What is it? Pay $200 or go directly to jail? Is he the monopoly guy?
Right. If on a serious note, if you have any problems like this, if you have any legal issues, call our buddy Ryan LaTourette. Get him at that email address. He has great drone legal advice for you. Back to you.
All right. The next story, unfortunately, I have lost the link to.
Oh, no.
I'm not understanding why.
Oh.
So I'm not sure
it's about the Flappy Bird.
No, it's not.
No, it wasn't.
The Flappy Bird.
Oh,
yeah, it's
hold on,
else,
hold on. I'm being told my producer that doesn't exist. Yes. It's just a break right now for the ladies, and a punishment for Jeff for losing the story. That's right.
Yeah.
You can't unsee it, but there it is.
Can't
There
unsee
it is. Oh, don't be jealous, ladies. He is not available.
All right. So the next story
Just
then.
gonna find something sharp and
right in the old eye. I need to boil my brain.
Yeah. So
What's
the next
next?
story that I have then is the Army in India is using drones to supply COVID jabs. They have, I guess, a great new method of getting the jabs to their troops.
Yeah. Well, they're using drones for all kinds of things. So why not?
Yeah.
Delivering this way to hard to reach areas.
Yeah. And I guess this would be to those mountainous regions along the upper border, but it's that drone. That's a pretty hefty drone.
It is. Did you lose all your stories, Jeff? Did your computer crash? Are you
no,
okay?
for some reason the previous story it lost the link.
Oh, okay. You don't print them out and put them on your teleprompter?
Yes,
like a real
I printed them out and put
newsman?
them on my teleprompter, and I've got the backups of the backups of the backups, and I lost it. So anyway, it happens.
Yeah.
So next in the news, out of Mills County, Iowa, a drone equipped with night vision was recently used to catch a suspect Friday morning. Vince Crow of Seattle, Washington.
A short chase ensued. The driver then ditched the vehicle, ran off into a field, and that's when Montgomery County officials deployed their drone and spotted the suspect using night vision. Deputies arrested the man without incident. He is identified as Vince Crow of Seattle, Washington. In the vehicle, deputies say they found heroin, marijuana, oxycodone pills, and meth. And Crow is now facing several charges for drug violations, along with several counts for traffic violations.
So I wonder why he ran away.
That's quite the menu of items there.
meth and a speeding ticket.
Right. Yeah. But you think, man, I got by all this drug charges. Well, what? I was speeding. Wow.
Yep.
And your taillight's out.
Yeah.
Inspection's not up.
You know what?
Yeah.
Once you go to jail, somebody's going to remove your taillight for sure. Thank you. I'm here all week. Try the veal. Tip your waitress. All right. Back to you in the studio.
Help you get your trunk open.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Johnny FPV
Oh,
has recently released a video to, I guess, indoctrinate people. And Ken, I might like this one just a little bit.
It has everything. It has great cameras. It has high-speed drones. It's got Johnny freaking FPV, and it's got motorcycles. Oh, hang on to your seats. We'll sell you the whole seat, but you're only gonna need the edge. Oh my God! Yeah! Ah! So freaking awesome.
You don't even need the edge. We're going right over it.
We're going right over the edge this Sunday. Holy shit on a stick, Batman! It's so freaking awesome. Oh my God. Ah!
When are we going to recreate this, Ken?
We got to do it. But we'll have
I want to
chicks.
see your green, man. That's perfect for my branding.
I'll bring out my Kawasaki. You think you can keep up with me?
Oh, I think I can.
For 2 seconds, and then your battery quits. Oh my God. Oh. We'll have bikini babes in our video, though. Oh my goodness. I don't smoke. I don't smoke, but I think I might need a cigarette after that. That was. What are people saying in the chat?
Oh, I got something you can.
Yeah.
That was Johnny FPV flying with the American Racing Moto Team as they prepare for the 2022 race season. The riders were Sean Kelly and Cameron Bobier, and it was shot using a red camera. So pretty cool stuff.
Ooh, I might need some Raz after that. Holy hell.
Last in the news, and my personal favorite for the evening is a new robot companion helping seniors shop.
Oh my God. Oh my
Cheetah
God.
is the first of a kind at carrying following robots. I think following is the key word here, because it's a robot that instead of something you step on or a vehicle that you step on, it's literally just following you.
Yeah.
And it does it very well. It uses one of the most advanced technology. But its purpose is just to basically help you to walk more, help walk free from goods, because you can carry goods inside Cheetah. And the purpose is just to help people to walk more and take advantage of innovation in our daily things, just like walking through town.
Yeah, okay. That's going to terrify Grandma. That is just going to terrify. Forget it. Aren't older people afraid of technology?
There are some that are and some that aren't. I don't know.
Honey, the robot is following me. It's supposed to, honey. Yeah, but it's got my purse. You put the purse in it, honey. It's stealing my purse. Ah! Right? I mean,
It's eating the upholstery.
Right. Get the robot off the rug, Henry. I mean, this is not a good idea. Am I wrong? Right? Can you everybody imagine their grandparents? Right?
At least it's not flying, right? I mean, can you imagine if they tried to do this with a drone and it's
right.
props in the air chasing Grandma around the house?
Right, we get in Grandma's. You got blue hair your blue hair in the props again, Gladys. But let me go ahead and I'm going to play this video again with different music. So this might. Where is Sarah? That thing is going to get a mind of its own. It's going to become self-aware. It's going to steal all of Grandma's Ensure. It's going to steal all of her heart medicine. That's just terrifying. Maybe it's a cultural thing in another country, but not here. Not here.
Yeah, I don't know how well that's going to take off, but it was intriguing that they had something that small with the ability to follow a target. So,
but it has to be within
Can it handle like 50 beers? Can you stuff it full of beer and ice, and it's going to follow me around?
Now there you go. Tailgating.
There you go.
The tailgating cooler robot. Now that's an idea. Just put ice in it.
Because you'll sell some rolling coolers now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That'll work.
Well, that's a good idea.
Never carry your cooler again with the auto cooler.
Awesome. Thank you very much,
It's
Jeff.
a force multiplier.
It is a force multiplier. Thank you, Jeff, very much for the news.
You are most welcome, sir.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
All right. Gotta love that, Jeff. Now, here is Dave with the first of funny jokes he's going to have throughout the night. I can't wait.
What do you call a Mazda with dual exhaust?
Oh, God. Here we go. What?
A wheelbarrow.
God. Why does everybody want to go after my car? Why? Why? Do you have another joke that's not an RX-8 joke?
I do. I've got some more RX-8
All right,
jokes.
what you got? All right, what you got?
What do you call a plane that flies backwards?
What?
A receding airline.
Ah! Very good. That's a good one. I like that one. So, just got another super chat from one of my favorite usernames, Kakapupuhead VIP. Thank you very much for the $5. Ken, spelled correctly if you're in Kentucky. Ken, I'm reaching out to you about your extended car warranty that's about to expire. Thank you very much, Kakapupuhead. And that's what I call those people.
Did you just get a spam super chat?
I think I did. Yes. Yeah, I did. So, all right. Lots of great viewer videos tonight. And Joshua Bardwell here in just moments. And I know that's what everybody's waiting for. So please, Dave's going to pay attention to all the chats, right? And please get your questions ready because you might learn something tonight.
Ask the Bardwell a question. He knows all. Mr. Know-It-All.
He is Mr. Know-It-All, as you can tell from his website. Link in the description. Joshua Bardwell. He knows it all, and he's good looking too. And we just got a 50. What is that? 50 what-its? We got some 50 what's-its. What's R? Fabio Potter. Thank you very much. He says
Rubles?
Brazilian money. You can tell it's Brazilian money because it's got that tiny security strip down the middle. Huh, ladies? Huh? I'm here all week. My modest contribution. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Fabio. I love that name. What a great name. All right. So before we bring in Bardwell, I wanted to share a letter that I got from a guy named Ed. This is from Ed. He says, Ken, check out this good drone story. Today I left my house to go to the store, and on my return trip, my wife called and asked if I'd been pulled over or something because the neighborhood chat page was talking about local police presence. They were searching for a car thief who was on the run. I arrived home, and I saw a passing police cruiser. I flagged him down and offered to use my Mini 2 to help search for the subject. To my delight, he said yes, and I got my drone and an extra battery. So I took off from the hood of the cop car for the initial flight, flew the drone down our street, and we have a ton of tall trees around, so I maintained about 160 feet. I then suggested that we pilot the drone from the moving car, and I got in back of the patrol car. He and the other deputies were my spotters. I did come in for a battery swap, and a second flight did not produce results, but I did hand catch the drone on the last flight in front of the deputies, and they thought it was really, really cool.
Nice. And
yeah.
I love the Mini too. It's such a good little drone.
Yeah, isn't that great? And they don't actually have a drone at the moment at the police department, but they are looking to get one. He sent this picture of him flying the drone. As you can hear the train that's passing my house, I'm sure you can hear there's these freight trains that pass like through my yard. But there he is flying the drone. And then the police gave him this certificate of appreciation afterwards.
Cool.
So isn't that a great story?
Yeah.
I love those kind of stories. Those are nice. Thank you, Mr. Train, for messing up this nice drone story.
Is that another super chat train I hear?
Oh, it could be. Dynadrone, thank you very much for the $5. Much appreciated. You're going to learn something. Yes, you are, as we bring in Mr. Bardwell now. And here's Dave with another joke as I dial up and bring him in.
Okay, so Ken Heron walks into a bar.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, who's the strongest man in the room?
Uh-huh.
And of course there's some grumbles and rumbles and a little bit of laughing.
Uh-huh.
And then this big burly guy walks over and he goes, I'm the strongest man in the room. Ken goes, yeah, I got my Mazda out front. If I steer, can you push?
Are you making this up as you go along? You only had 2 jokes that you prepared, right? That was a made-up one. All right. Calling Joshua Bardwell. Stand by. Joshua. Oh, good God. I hate that noise. There he is.
Hello, Ken.
And welcome to the show, sir. And I lost
so glad to be here.
I lost my co-host. So I got to bring him back.
Look at that guy anyway.
Yeah, no, we didn't need him.
No.
You see what happened was Skype did an update and frig-fragged my way of doing things up. So here is Dave. I'm blaming.
I want to just comment that Skype says Ken is using a device that could record or broadcast this call.
Mm-hmm. I totally am.
So
just be aware of that.
It's just you and me, right, Ken?
It's just us. So feel free to and Dave, of course. It's just us. I haven't started the stream yet.
Dave looks trustworthy.
Yeah.
I got a top secret security clearance. It's a little expired, but
you're not allowed to tell me that, are you? If you actually have a top secret security clearance?
No, I am allowed to.
Oh.
But you have to tell me if you're a cop. You have to tell me.
They asked me, do you want a security clearance? And I said, it's probably better if we don't go there.
Yeah, I would probably do that. Thank you so much for being on the show, Joshua Bardwell, KnowitAll.
Thank you for having me, Ken.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the opportunity to be back here with you and your wonderful chat.
Yes, and if there's anybody in the chat that has a question about FPV or life, you can ask him life questions.
That'd be much more interesting. You should really ask me life questions. Don't ask me FPV. I mean, let's face it. The other day on my live stream, somebody asked me how many holes a straw had.
Uh-huh.
And we had a great discussion about that.
One?
I concluded that a straw was just like a donut has 1 hole. right? Clearly.
Oh, right.
No one would argue that a donut has more than one hole.
Oh.
And a straw is basically just a donut that somebody stretched really thin and long. So it's one hole. Yeah, exactly.
You blew
if
my
there
mind.
are 2 holes in your straw, it's broken.
Yeah. No, I agree.
There's 2
If
entrances.
there's 2 holes in your donut, you already started eating it.
Okay. All right. Does anybody have a question? Because my mind has just been blown. So we got a lot of GPS people watching the stream as usual. We got some FPV people in there as well. Feel free to ask advanced stuff, and this is always the question with GPS people who are interested in getting into FPV, what's the best way to do it? We were talking earlier about these little cheapo sets. Is that the best way, or should you go,
There's 2 directions you can take that I would actually recommend. I mean, there's any number of directions you could take that'll cause you pain and misery, but the 2 directions I would take is, number 1, spend about $200-ish on a ready-to-fly kit like the Tiny Hawk ready-to-fly kit, or even the Beta FPV Cetus, one of these little drones that comes with a controller, comes with a goggle. All of it is kind of crappy, but you'll get in the air, you'll fly, you won't hurt yourself too much, and then you'll probably out. The disadvantage of that approach is that $200 is basically you're going to outgrow it, probably. The other way you can go is you get a controller, you practice on the simulator for a while, and then when you already kind of know how to fly from flying in the simulator, then you go straight to something like a 3-inch or a 5-inch drone, like a real racing drone, and you progress from there.
So would you say
either of those is good?
That people that have been flying GPS drones, camera drones for years, that it would be easier for them to get into FPV or harder? I would say that it's probably a little harder because you've kind of trained yourself in a different way.
Some of the skills might transfer over. Like, you probably know what the pitch, roll, and yaw axis are, and the throttle. Like, you know the stick layout.
Yeah.
But all of your habits that you've learned are steering you wrong. I'll tell you a story about that. I won't name any names to avoid implicating anyone. We were flying FPV. We were with a group of guys who we thought had some experience flying. It turns out they had a ton of experience flying DJI drones, 0 experience flying FPV drones. But we kind of just thought, oh, they know how to fly. And one of our group said, hey, you want to fly one of mine before? We want to fly my drone. Want to fly my FPV drone? Sure. So he gets ready to go. And Ken, what do you do when you take off a DJI drone? You arm, and then what do you do with the throttle?
Nothing.
You want to take off, right? So
if you do the auto takeoff, then you don't have to do anything. But yeah, it's in the middle, and then you
push the throttle up. It's in the middle, and you push it up all the way up, and the drone goes, and that's what he did with an FPV drone, and it went, and we thought, there's a prank people will play where they'll pretend I don't know how to fly, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and then they'll go, and you'll go, oh, this guy knows what he's doing, and that's what we did. He had no idea. And the drone starts going, whoop, 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 whoop. And we're like, oh, this guy's good. And then we realized he was completely out of control.
Oh,
it's coming back now. Look out.
Yeah.
All of his instincts were telling him the wrong thing to do. So I don't think it helped in that case.
How did it end? Did it lop somebody's head off in the end? Or?
No, it was very high in the sky. And once we realized he was not just showing off and pranking us, one of the other pilots took the controller from him, and at that point it was headed towards the highway.
Oh,
and he
dear.
was able to kind of line of sight, get it to crash somewhere relatively safe, and we all went, let's never tell anyone about this again. Okay. And now I'm telling you.
Well, we won't say anything. Well, we did.
No, just us, just you and me.
Yeah. Something like that happened last week at Caraway, where one of the drones just shot up. What was the deal with that, Dave?
We had a couple incidents actually where cars got hit, which is not normal. We rarely ever have that happen.
That's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of them was accidental arming, and he somehow twirled his controller around with the lanyard and managed to move his stick from the up position down and hit the arm at the same time.
Oh, wow.
The quad went straight up and came straight back down and bounced off of his own car.
At least it was his own car.
He hit his own car. Now I'm going to share something that I asked the other people, the other parties involved, if we could use this as a learning moment. And this is This is about signal management, I guess, right? If you're flying with a bunch of other guys, and it happens to everybody. I mean, you know, people forget. I'm sure you've done it, right, Bardwell? As good as you are, you've probably plugged in on someone.
Everybody does it.
Yeah, I did it at Rampage. Oh, that was not pleasant. Nobody knew me. You know, like, who's this schmuck? And I'm like, sorry.
For the best, probably.
Yeah, probably right. But so let me show you. And I don't know if you've seen this, Joshua, but we did this video at an abandoned hospital where we're dropping stuff off, and Dave here's trying to follow this stuff down. And how many propellers do you think you had in there? 1,000?
3 years worth.
3 years worth of broken propellers. For those who haven't seen it, I'll just play the very beginning of the video so you can kind of get context of where we were.
Are we going all at once?
It's drizzling. We want a hurricane.
Roger that. Say when.
There we go. All right, he's ready. We're going.
Give me the countdown.
3, 2, 1, go. So then I filmed, we dropped other stuff off of the building too, and I filmed it at high speed and slow motion. It's a really fun video. And at one point, we were disposing of a battery improperly, and I was filming that at high speed, and I also had my GoPro on it. And I forgot that I left the camera rolling, and it caught part of the windshield incident. So it actually caught Dave plugging in on our buddy Brian. So
he plugged in on him, and then they hit the windshield. Oh.
So here's the battery. By the way, never do that. So there's Brian back there. He's flying. Okay. And then there's Dave right here.
Oops.
And he plugs in, and then Brian's like, uh-oh.
Oh.
And you can hear it. Oh.
Who started it?
Brutal.
Because it was a great day up until then.
I got you.
Brutal.
Yeah. What did it hit?
Oh my goodness. So the big question is, whose fault is that?
Right.
Whose fault is
Here it is.
I stepped up to the plate.
Oh golly. Oh, that's not a cheap repair.
No.
Oh, we're just so glad it wasn't the hood, though. The paint would be so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a windshield you could do a windshield. But
So,
yeah, wow.
Joshua, maybe you can tell us why it does, exactly what happened for those who don't understand what happened, and why that's different than analog.
So Brian and I usually always fly together, and we fly on opposite ends of the spectrum so that we don't have any step in over each other. And we'll just call out, hey, I'm going to plug in. And as long as he's within a reasonable amount of range, there's no issue. But when plugging in like that, and we're on the same channel because we'd changed channels earlier, that was the problem. We were both on the exact same channel when I plugged in.
Yeah, you get a little careless about it when you fly with people who you trust and who you work with a lot, and you know at the beginning of the day you're careful, and then you're like, oh, I get, I'm on 1, you're on 3, 5, 7. You get a little careless, and you forget that you can still stomp somebody under certain circumstances, even if you're on different channels. Like if you're too close to them or they're too far away. And it sucks, and you just hope nobody's windshield gets broken, because it happens to everybody.
Is there something that can eventually be done about that from the company, from DJI or the manufacturer, or and what is the best way to avoid that?
Unfortunately, the best way to do it is pilot training, and of course that's the most fallible way. You just, like, if you have DJI, it will prevent you from coming up on the same channel, because it'll go to the public channel. It'll go to channel 8, and then it'll automatically jump to a different channel. But it won't let you get on the same channel as somebody else is already on. But the problem is that if you're close enough to them, or if they've left themselves on channel 8 by accident, and then you're on channel 8 as well, you can still, there's no technology that'll prevent someone from being too dumb to mess it up.
Dingle said, how come it didn't get stomped on right away? Why did it take so long if they were on the same channel?
My guess is, I'm not sure. I don't
DJI
think
takes forever to boot up.
Is that what it was? Oh, so your goggles you plugged in before you plugged your goggles in.
You can hear me call out. I'm about to plug in, Brian, and plug in.
Well,
but the problem was we had changed channels right before that so that somebody could spectate.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why we were on the same channel.
Well, and the Air Unit or Vista VTX won't go to full power until the goggles connect. So at first you'll plug in and it'll be at very low power. But then as if you haven't plugged your goggles in yet, when you plug your goggles in and it connects, then it'll go to full power. And even then it might not do it until you arm, depending on your settings.
So how far physically can you be away from the other pilot if you're on like 1 and 3?
Yeah, I'd say it's a good idea to be 15 or 20 feet away at a minimum. Like with DJI, you won't see the interference, but what'll happen, and eventually you'll lose the feed totally.
Okay, speaking of losing feed, I almost lost you guys just there. We had a little blip. I don't know if that's... No, that's probably me. It's probably me. It's probably my backwards bandwidth.
Stop uploading.
Yeah,
stuff
I
in the
gotta stop.
background.
I gotta remember. Let me write a note to myself. Don't download porn while doing the stream. Okay.
They were both on DJI though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be able to come up on the same channel unless you both left it on channel 8.
So I think it was because we normally both fly 50 megabit and we fly like 1 and 3. And in order to do spectator mode, I had to turn to 25 megabit. So he could spectate, and that got me off the normal channel I was on.
Okay.
And
Can you?
So when I plugged in, we were both on DJI 1, but one on 25 and the other on 50.
Is there more?
I'm not sure how that works.
Is there more of a possibility of a blowout if you're using the power mod on that? Like,
I mean, sure. Anytime you have increased output power, you have increased potential for interference. But the thing that people don't know is that the goggles transmit as well. So if you set your quad down far away and you walk over and you stand right next to him, he's going to get blasted by your goggles. And I think a lot of people overlook that.
Yeah, we usually stand like 15, 20 feet away, spread out.
Yeah.
So
it's
I do that with
unfortunate.
analog too, just because if you don't, the guy next to you is likely to come land at his feet. And he'll be blasting 1,000 milliwatts right at your feet.
Yep. It's unfortunate because when you're flying with people who you really trust, with analog, you can kind of cluster up and sit around and fly. And as long as you don't come and land right at the other guy's feet and blast him out, as long as you trust the people to not do that, it's a little bit more of a social experience. But with DJI, you have to be a little bit more standoffish. So
yeah, it's true. Yeah, you can't just put on goggles and watch somebody. You have to talk to them and say, "Hey, can I watch you?" Which is kind of weird. But
well, if they're on 25, you can just tune right in. But if they're on 50 megabit per second, you can't.
Is there going to be? I mean, that's just a limitation of the technology? I mean, are we going to have 50 where we can audience in the future? I mean,
I have no idea why they didn't enable that. I assume obviously it seems like they could. Maybe there's a technical reason that's not obvious, or maybe it's a business decision. I don't know. I think it's very difficult to predict what DJI is going to do technologically. Like a leaker will come out and he'll say, the Mavic 7 is coming out in 6 weeks, and then he might be right. But as far as like, will they enable this feature or won't they? It's a freaking total crystal ball.
Yeah, and why don't they do stuff that's backwards compatible? You know what I mean? Like, why aren't the goggles one set of goggles? Why didn't it work on all their stuff? They'd sell more goggles.
I say that, but I think that if you look at what they've done over the years, from the Phantom to the Mavic, etc., and on forward, they have made technological changes. The version of OcuSync that was in the very earliest ones, or maybe it wasn't even OcuSync, I don't know. The technology they use does advance. And so to some degree, their lack of backwards compatibility is because they keep moving forward and improving so rapidly that for them to include backwards compatibility might be a drag. But we can think of times when they probably could have made something backwards compatible and they didn't, probably for a business reason.
Probably.
One of the biggest issues there is that they're all using the same FPGAs. So you could literally put the same software that's on a Mavic on your FPV gear and you could fly that. But they're not going to give you that kind of operation and compatibility. They don't want to enable that. They don't want people to tinker. They want you to stay within the lines.
Yeah,
but they've got some pretty good lines.
I was going to say exactly that. Like, if the technology, like, it's so frustrating because on the one hand, you're like, DJI, I hate you. You screw me so badly. And then you're like, oh, but it's so good when you do it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a double-edged sword.
More penetration.
Yeah. So now to bring in our camera drone people who are, again, thinking of getting into FPV because they've seen the videos and they've seen how much fun it can be. But they want to go full meal deal. They want to go digital. They want to get the goggles. There are still V1 goggles. I use V1s. It still seems to be okay.
It's fine.
So between V1s and V2, I don't know. Is there a huge cost difference, or is there a reason to go V2 yet?
So the V2, the big reason the V2 came out was because the DJI FPV drone came out. And if anyone is interested in enjoying the DJI FPV drone, in addition to then the Air Unit Vista, what I would call FPV drones, then you have to have the V2 goggles because the V1s don't work with the FPV drone. The thing is, I'm not sure where you will get V1s today anyway, unless you're maybe buying them on the used market. I don't think they're super common though.
Just use, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm
sure you can't buy them new.
Are they going to be obsolete soon, or?
Well, they're still backwards compatible with the Air Unit and the Vista VTX.
Right.
In fact, when you buy the V2 goggles, when you use them with the Air Unit and the Vista VTX on your FPV drones, you switch them basically to a different firmware and they essentially turn into a V1 goggle in almost every way. So the V1, I don't think it has... I mean, you never know when DJI will decide to make something obsolete. For them to do that, though, they would have to release a new version of the Air Unit and the Vista that had some new thing that was only compatible with a future thing. And
like dual band.
I don't see them doing major development on the Air Unit and the Vista anytime soon. I think they've kind of handed that off to Caddx. I mean, I think DJI is still actually manufacturing it, but I think they've sort of put that to bed a little bit and are just kind of riding it out.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I like the little home thing that you see in the...
Oh yeah.
I love that little... Does it do that? I don't even know. I've used V1s. Does it do that in the V2s for FPV? The Air Unit?
No,
it doesn't.
That is exclusively an FPV drone, a DJI FPV drone thing.
Oh.
Not... Yeah.
How hard would it be to put it in the Air Unit?
I mean... I think pretty hard.
Oh, would it?
Because it would need position awareness in a way that it doesn't have.
Okay.
Yeah, you need more than just a GPS for that.
Right.
At least a GPS.
Let's see. Do we have any other questions for Joshua in the chat? Dave, have you seen any? Dave, do you have any questions for Mr. Bardwell?
Man, I saw one just a minute ago. I've lost it.
And by the way, we're going to play a game here in a minute. Joshua, you got time?
Yeah,
I'm going to pit you against Dave here in a minute.
Ooh.
Someone asked Joshua why he had RaceGate set up in the yard. Did you have an event going on?
Well, there was a big FPV race in Costa Rica a few weeks ago. Evan Turner heads up FPV. He organized it through his company, 533 Racing. And it was one of the biggest, most prominent FPV races, I think, ever. In terms of who attended. And so Alex Vanover was there, Evan Turner was there, and Min-Chan Kim came from Korea to attend, which is a big deal. He has not been able to travel in the last few years due to COVID restrictions and whatever other criteria he has that limits his travel. So he was able to come, and it was one of the... Anytime there's been a big race in the last few years, it's always been... yeah, but if only Min-Chan had been there, because you don't know. Would he have won? And then finally, like three and more of the fastest racers in the world all got together in Costa Rica, and Min-Chan did win. But before he came to Costa Rica, he came and stayed for a couple weeks with Evan Turner in Tennessee, where Evan lives. He just came for he went to another couple of races, and he came to my house, and so they flew at my house. So
That's really cool.
Really
Your house is really
Yeah.
cool, and I thank you for the experience of building my very first drone, because I've been fortunate enough to have a friend who lives about 20 miles away. He told me when I met him, he's like, "You break him, I'll fix him." So I was like, "Deal," because that's not the fun part for me.
No, I
mean,
agree.
it's not. There's things. There's the building. There's the flying. There's the setting up.
Oh, yeah.
And not everybody's going to be in love with every part of what FPV requires of you. So, just getting that out of the way. And what I did was, and I hope you don't mind, but I went ahead and I disassembled it. I have it here. I disassembled it just so I can put it together again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No,
that's the beauty of it. It's like a Lego set. Take it apart, put it back
this
together.
Isn't the same one, but
well, Rotorite graciously sent you one.
Yes, they
after
did.
they saw what fun you had in this video. So I'm looking forward to seeing your build video for your own channel. I actually watched the outtakes you made and was like, this stuff's hilarious.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad you did that. I tried to edit it a certain way for a certain audience, and it was a different audience than yours. But I especially liked the way you edited the joke that I did when I was sitting in your car.
Well,
like I watched your edit, and I was like, my edit. Hey, there was a little thing I did in there that was hilarious, and my editor cut it.
Oh,
and I forgot about it.
Yeah.
And Ken put it in.
Well, I thank you for
appreciating my genius.
Of course, yes, your comedic genius knows no bounds. I look forward to another collaboration. It's always fun to hang out with you.
Yeah, I'm really glad you came.
And I do learn quite a bit.
He's come a long way. He's come a long way. He might need that second quad for spare parts, though.
Yeah. So what I just held up is the Skyliner HD frame offered by Rotor Riot, and this is the solderless build. Is that what we're calling it?
Yes, sir. That's what they're calling it.
So if the soldering part is what's holding you back, now I know. Now I'll make my screen big. Even though it's got these, and Joshua, what do you call these connectors?
MT30.
MT30. So this is motor, and this is the flight controller and everything. And so even though it's already pre-soldered, you might hit something and pull one of these off, and you're just gonna have to hunker down and solder it if that happens. But
I think that's the beauty of that kit, because like you said, Ken, there's a whole lot of camera drone guys who want to get into FPV, and they don't know how to solder, and that's a stumbling block for them. And with this kit, you can build it yourself. It goes together like a Lego set. It snaps together. If you can work a screwdriver, you can assemble this. If you break something, you have the option of just buying a spare from Rotor Riot and just snapping it in.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't want to replace your whole ESC just because you ripped off one wire, now you got to learn to solder, or you got to have a friend who does it for you. But the option is there, and that's nice. That's nice.
And it's not hard to solder, really. I mean, and it can be fun, but watching you solder when I came over to your house the very first time, you're like zip zip zip. Oh my god. So
it takes practice.
It does. And if you go to Joshua's YouTube channel, all of his links are in the description. His webpage, his YouTube page. You've got playlists for newbies on there, right? So
great soldering
including
tutorial.
a 45-minute soldering tutorial. Yeah.
Wow.
I think most people can learn with correct instruction. Most people can learn to be decent at soldering within a few hours of practice. Not even like 4 or 5 hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours. As long as you have somebody to show you the right way to do it and to point out the mistakes you're making, it isn't that hard. You just have to do the right thing. But most people don't take that step, and they just kind of dive in.
Well, there are
I give
options.
away old busted boards to customers all the time who are wanting to build their first drone. I said, look, use this and practice soldering, and use the big joints and the little ones, and get used to, making sure that the wire's all shored up and keep it clean. Nice shiny balls.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Pretty quick, you can learn how to solder.
Now I can get behind building. Of course, I can get behind flying. But golly, a beta flight, be a heli, God, it just shoot me in the neck. I mean, Joshua, how do you truly enjoy going elbow deep in the?
That's the easy part.
Is that easy,
That's
or is
easy.
it fun for
That's
you?
easy.
Are you some kind of savant? You're some kind of. You were born in a certain way to
yeah, I mean, just knowing how to set up a quadcopter in beta flight, there's a few steps, and then once you know the steps, you just do them, and it's not quite that simple, but it feels that simple. I don't think beta flight is pretty rote at this point. Now you get into something like PID tuning, and that's a whole nother discipline, but just setting up a quadcopter and getting it to fly is pretty rote, at least, for me these days.
Right. And that's another good thing about the solderless build is you can really just, you activate the DJI stuff and it's ready with the default rates are pretty good for beginners.
And Ken, you can test to this that I didn't realize that. I was like, okay, Rotorig's got this solderless build. We're going to put it together, and then we're going to have to take it over to the computer, and I'm going to have to finish setting it up. And Drew was on the phone with us because we had a little question for him. Yeah. And he was like, no, it's ready to go. They ship it completely pre-configured. The flight controller is pre-configured. Everything's ready to go. You don't have to check the motor direction. You literally just put it together. You do have to activate and bind the DJI unit to your goggles and your controller, and then you just go fly it.
Drew really hates beta flight, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, you should do safety checks and all before you, but if you know what you're doing, then you just go fly it.
True. Excellent.
Safety brakes too.
Right. Well, I guess if you have another minute, it might be time to play a game. Let's play a game.
Let's do it.
All right. So everybody in the chat, say pick me, pick me, pick me. I'm going to let you guys can see the chat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Joshua, you pick a person, but don't say their name. Just write their name down. And same to you, Dave, okay? I'm going to pit Joshua versus Dave. I won't tell you the game yet. But pick someone. And the prize, let's see, what would be the prize? Dave, can we give the winner one of your prints?
Sure, man.
All right. And
How
I'll give
a $50 gift certificate for TPU or design.
Ooh, that's a good prize. All right. Excellent. Did you find someone, Joshua?
Okay, I got somebody. Yeah, I won't say their name.
All right, and don't say their name. And Dave, you got someone?
I do. Okay. Somebody I don't know. Sorry, guys. Sorry, locals.
What if we pick the same person?
Then I will give them. Then I will give them $50 in cash.
Wow.
Maybe.
Okay.
Isn't that what Bob Barker does? If you get it within $100 or something, then you get a $100 bill. Anyway, so we're gonna play the frame game, okay? And I have a jingle for another thing, but I'm just going to sing frame game over it. So here it is. Here's our intro. The frame game. Frame it. All right? So I'm going to show you some frames. Okay. And the first person who knows it, blurt it out.
Oh, God.
Best out of 8, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry, my person. You're in trouble.
So let me get over here, and I have to make sure that we're not. I got to check the audio.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you're not that good at recognizing frames?
We're going to try. We're going to find out. That depends on how deep of a cut you took.
Okay, well, I did refer to my FPV buddy who knows more than me. Or some of these, okay? All right, so, and play along at home, but please, on your honor, don't look at the chat. Okay, no help from you can chat. You can play along in the chat, but
chat is minimized.
All right, Dave, you're not cheating, are you?
I've hidden it.
Okay, good. Here is your first frame. Whoever knows it, just blurt it out first.
I'm so nervous. That is. Hold on.
This is fun.
I got to go to speaker view. I wish I could rotate it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that. Is that an old Armatan frame?
It looks like the company that makes those coffin frames.
Oh
no,
I don't know.
Neither one.
I think it's an old Armatan frame.
No,
no, it's not.
No, it's not. Let me hold on. My answer key.
It's not an Armatan. Then it's for the guy.
It's a Flynoceros skull.
I was gonna say Flynoceros.
Were you?
Oh, the old skull.
Were you?
I just couldn't remember Flynoceros.
Oh yeah, they're out of business, right?
Yep.
I think they are. Yeah. They were one of the companies that really pioneered the vertical side plates.
Oh, okay.
That was their thing.
Very cool. Did anybody in the chat get it? Let me see if anybody in the chat. I think somebody in the chat might have guessed. All right.
The vertical carbon fiber was always a pet peeve of mine. Drives me crazy.
Right.
It just splinters. Doesn't always fit together right.
All right. So
I probably wasn't going to get it. the
All right.
actual name to come up.
So nobody got that one. No point. No
No,
point.
sir. No points. no
0 to
points.
0. All right. Here is your next frame in the frame game.
Ooh.
Looks kind of like a crocodile.
I
Can't
don't
tell.
think it's Gep RC. I don't think it's Gep RC.
Oh, anybody in the chat? All the sorry, camera
I
drone
don't know.
guys. Sorry,
Guys
camera
with
drone
some
guys.
good ones.
I need to rotate it.
Yeah, if you were holding it, you would probably be able to do it better. But
No, I probably still couldn't.
no.
That's not. I'm not going to get that one.
All right. That is a Foxeer 5 Aurora Freestyle. Whatever that is.
Yeah, Foxeer.
Foxeer.
makes
Yeah,
frames.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a new Foxeer frame.
Yeah.
We covered that on the new product roundup.
Okay. You ready for the next one?
Okay.
Somebody's
I
got to get on the
guess.
board here. Here you
Whoever
go.
gets one is going to win.
Here's the next
That's
one.
That's a
iFlight
QAV.
XL5.
iFlight
Oh,
XL.
I think, did Dave
6.
get it? Do you want to
Got
concede, Bardwell? All right, Dave.
got it.
Dave got it. That's 1 point for Dave.
I was just hoping you got the size wrong.
Right. Yeah. And for those who didn't hear, that is an iFlight XL5.
Okay.
All right. Here is the next frame.
That's a Rotoride Outlaw.
Yes.
Oh, I
All
finally
right.
got one.
Yes,
You played in my home
Joshua's
court.
Joshua's on the board. Right. Right. Yeah. I was hoping you'd recognize that one.
Okay,
All right.
that's it. I have one of those.
Let's see. Oh yeah, people are. You liking this game in the chat? All right, good. We got a few
fun.
more.
You got
All
some
right.
good ones.
All right. Here is the next frame.
A QAVS.
No.
That's
That
the-
is
Johnny
Gab.
5.
That's Gab. Not Gab 707.
The 399.
The Super G. No,
Up,
Flip.
Up,
Oh,
up,
what's his name?
Up. I think Joshua got it. I think Dave,
said
you
the
said
399 Super G.
The
you said
399 Super G.
you said 399, Dave, but you didn't say Super G. But
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to give that one to Bardwell. Is that all right? Can we agree on that?
Maybe we take a.
You did say
I mean,
Super
I
G.
didn't say 399.
No.
Dave, you did give two wrong guesses before you got there.
That's all right.
Who gets the point? Both
You
of
give
you?
it to Bardwell. I don't know.
All right,
Didn't know
Bardwell
that
gets,
one.
Bardwell gets the point.
I think
Okay.
we're tied. If we're how many more are there, Ken?
There are 3 more.
Okay,
3
we're
more.
tied. We'll call that one a wash. They'll give us both a point.
Okay, you both got a
So
point.
now it's-
it was a
it's 2 to
collaborative
2,
effort.
right?
Yeah. 2-2. 2 to
Okay.
2. All right, here is your next frame in the frame game.
That is a
Moon
moon goat.
God 250, or is it a moon goat?
What'd you say, Joshua?
Moon goat.
I said
That's
it was
not a moon
Uma
goat?
250.
That's a moon goat.
Is it? Wait.
I'm pretty
Looks
sure
like
it's
a
a moon
moon
goat.
Oh, it is. It is. I'm sorry.
Oh!
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
Let's go.
Right. No, you're right. I got my eyes were crossed here.
If that's not a moon goat,
Yeah.
that's a new frame.
That's oh my god. Yeah. The cricket moon goat.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You got the oh my god right.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Not the 250.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So that goes to Joshua.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Just 2 more. Here is your next frame in the frame game. Is this fun? Everybody having a good time in the chat? All the GPS guys falling asleep? All right, here we go. Here's the next one.
That is the what is it called? It's a butterfly. Man, I've done a bunch of custom prints on
This
that.
is the
It's,
one from my FPV guy.
Silo makes it. The dragonfly.
I would have to look it up.
It's Silo.
It's designed by
Bumblebee.
Brian Harrell.
I think Dave gets that one.
I think Dave's got
yeah.
it.
Dave
I'm
gets
never
that
going
one.
to get the name.
That is a Xylo. It's a Blue Hornet.
Blue Hornet.
That's
I think it's some kind of bug. I put a stinger tail on it for somebody.
That's the one that,
Nice.
that my FPV friend, Skyfox, he suggested. I said, give me some old ones. Give me some old classic frames.
It's a
Okay.
weird design.
Yeah.
I would never have gotten the name.
All right. So you guys are tied. This is the tiebreaker.
Oh man.
All right.
I saw that frame.
You
and I was
feeling the
like,
heat,
that's,
Joshua?
That's weird. Yeah.
All right.
I want this more than anything I've ever wanted in my life.
All right. Here is the last for all the marbles, for all the carbon.
Impulse the alien.
Marmot's on marmot.
All right. Hey, here it is.
Oh, I think that's
QAV.
a QAV too.
Freestyle. Freestyle. It's a freestyle.
It looks like a QAV-R.
It's a slammed freestyle.
Oh, it's a QAV-R.
Or QVS.
No.
Yes.
Did they make it? Oh, you're right, because the freestyle has the camera plate.
It's a Lumineer
slammed one.
QAV-R
When did they make a
slammed.
slammed one?
Yeah, they made a slammed one.
Oh, sorry, Joshua.
Wow.
Oh.
Mr. Know-It-All.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That was a surprise
Wow.
upset.
Well, I guess the person I picked isn't gonna win.
Wow.
Oh,
Dave.
sorry.
And Dave's really stoned. I can't believe it.
Who did you pick?
I've been
Dave?
eating all my vitamins.
Dave, who is the winner? Who did you pick?
The winner is Colezilla.
Colezilla.
That's not who I picked.
No. All right. Joshua, who is the loser?
That's mean. Do you want me to say who the loser is?
We can give him a consolation prize.
It's Carl's Corner. He was the first. He was the first person. Like, really, he was right in there.
Carl's
with the
Corner.
pick me.
Okay, cool. You email me Carl's Corner, and I'll give you a set of eyeballs or something. I'll give you something. Okay.
Oh, that was fun, Joshua. Thank you.
That was fun. Thank
Was
you
that
so
fun?
much.
Awesome. Now,
Yeah,
before
for
we
sure.
go, and I know that you know this guy because you and I met him at the FAA protest in Washington, D.C., Joshua. Or you knew him before, but I met him there. But he's just so funny, and I wanted to share this short clip from one of his videos. You know Zoro?
Oh, yeah.
Zoro. I just love that dude's face. There's
He's hilarious.
His videos are really amazingly entertaining.
Honestly, if you guys ever got in the same room, I feel like something brilliant would happen.
Yeah, I wish I lived closer to him, but he is so funny and very creative. There's a link to his channel in the description. Please go subscribe and tell him I sent you. But I'm going to play just a little clip from one of his recent videos that just made me, I very often don't actually LOL, but I laughed out loud and a little spittle came out when I saw this. Enjoy this from Zoro.
Is that thing street legal? No. All right, here's the situation. We came to this part we've never been at, and there's like a hiking trail right here with people walking their dogs, okay? And all kinds of stuff. It's peaceful, it's quiet, it's wonderful. But Ian's gonna start flying here, and if you know how Ian flies, it's the loudest. Oh my God, dude. So we're about to move spots, I bet. Usually I go first because I fly like a gentleman. Ian's gonna go. And we're gonna get kicked out. I bet you. All right, here goes, guys. This is how we get kicked out. Ready?
That's just awesome. That's just part of one of his videos. He puts a lot of work into his videos.
Oh yeah, he's a hell of an editor.
He is awesome. So check out Zoro. I hope he's watching. If you know him, tell him Ken said hey. But so Joshua, thank you very much for being on with us.
Oh, thank you, Ken.
What is your parting advice? What would you like my audience, who I guess I share a few people with your audience, what would you like the GPS camera drone people to know about FPV?
Don't squat over your drone while doing a fail-safe check.
Not unless you have face insurance. Awesome. Thank you, Joshua. Invite me back to the compound one time. We're both in Tennessee on the opposite ends, man. Thank you very much. All right.
Thanks, Ken.
All right, you bet. We'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right, see you. How about that dude, Dave?
Man, that was awesome.
Isn't he the best?
Yeah, he is. Well, second best at that game.
Oh no! You're gonna lord that over him forever.
I love Joshua Bardwell. He's amazing. He's done so much for this community and just helping people. He's awesome. Really, really do appreciate him so much.
I wonder how that game would have gone if I handed you the quads instead of just seeing a picture.
I do frame design and part design all day long, man. So I knew that I'd be pretty well suited for that game. People like hand me frames and they're like, yo, I need skids for this. And that's what I do.
Let's take a moment and tell people about FlyHighFPV.com before we get into viewer videos, which I have some amazing viewer videos, and we still have to get into this box here. We have to get into this dude's box. This dude wants me in his box.
Get in the box.
Well,
What's in the box, Ken?
We're gonna touch his package. All right, so tell me about your business, Dave.
Well, I run a full drone shop. I do specialize on FPV drones. I sell all the parts, the batteries, the goggles, cameras, antennas, everything you could ever need, and I provide full support with it.
And
I also
T-shirts?
do 3D prints and design. Yeah, I got T-shirts too. There's Ken Heron made me do it T-shirt.
Yeah.
I've got all sorts of goodies though. The tools that you need, everything you could ever need to get your drone built and running, and I'm there to support you in doing it as well. So, you can actually just reach out and send me pictures of what you're doing and where you're stuck or what you're having a problem with, and troubleshoot that thing and figure it out and fix it. Get you back up in the air and flying better than ever and build it right. One of the big things I preach is build clean, fly dirty. So, it's just making sure that your build is tight so that things aren't loose and wiggling, and when you hit things, you're built for a crash. These FPV drones are made to go 60, 70, 80 miles an hour into the ground and bounce and just keep flying, and they're okay with that. Whereas, the plastic stuff just can't do it.
We see people all the time.
The next level,
like GPS drone people who have not really been around FPV stuff. They'll see an FPV guy crash or something and go, "Oh, that's a shame," and then you just turtle it. And watch this.
We just laugh.
Yeah,
we just laugh. It's funny.
What's turtling?
I hope I got the footage. I hope the GoPro's still recording.
Right. That's really the thing you worry about is the GoPro most of the time, right? And even then, with your prints, as you can see from the prop video that we just did at Caraway Abandoned Hospital, your prints saved the camera when you flew it into the wall.
Oh, that was just a light hit. I hit many, many times harder than that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it helps protect everything.
Now tell me about these events you got coming up. You got this event here, the Southeast FPV Castle Crash.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about that.
Now that's May 29th through 31st, Memorial Day weekend up in South Carolina. We're going to do a giant drone FPV festival, and it's camping and flying drones and having fun in a medieval village. Bot Grinder and I are hosting.
Yeah, I think my sister dated him.
Be fun.
I think my sister dated him in the 80s.
Yeah, man, he rocks. He's going to be out there. We've got a bunch of groups like Beta FPV are donating prizes. There are going to be a bunch of giveaways, but it's cheap. It's fun. It's like $25 and come out and camp and fly drones for 3 days. And it's in a medieval village. And there's a castle.
Will there be wenches?
Stuff. Yeah, bring your own wenches.
Oh, it's BYOW?
Yeah.
Bring your own winch? I got you.
Yeah, because otherwise it's going to be a sausage factory.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But it'll be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've seen a bunch of people have already registered and gotten tickets, and really looking forward to that. There's going to be a bunch of vendors out too. Skeletons of FPV is Bill's House of Drones. He's coming out. Jeff from D-Quad is coming out. I think GemFan is sending us props. I'm working on T-Motor sending us props. FPXLux is sending, I think, T-shirts. I'm not sure. He's probably going to be out. But going to be a lot of good groups out there hooking you up and showing you what's up.
Very
cool. It's going to be fun. Doom Rider's going to be there. He's another one of my sponsored pilots.
Excellent. And all these links are in the description. Now, I have your videos for tonight. And it's not all FPV stuff, but we will start out with an FPV video that is just so cool. It's from Casey Reitzman. We'll do that right after I mention all these wonderful super chats that happened while Joshua Bardwell was on. Mike Speedy FPV with a 20 pounds. Thank you very much, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks for pounding it and for staying up and watching late over there in Europe. Twisted FPV, 1999. Look, Bardwell is here, and now it's a party, lol. Yes, indeed. It's always fun to have him on. Mike Speedy FPV, back again with another 20-pounder.
I love that guy so much.
And hi, what's the best ground station? Dave, can you answer that?
Clear stations, I think the best game in ground stations, but I tend to avoid ground stations. I'm not flying that long range stuff. I just use the goggles, run a TBS Fusion goggle module if you're on analog, or DJI all the way up if you're digital.
Can you get good penetration with a long range drone?
Yeah, that's the thing. They set up a tripod with these giant antennas. They're like satellite dishes, basically, and they point them way, way, way far away and fly off miles. But I don't have a lot of experience doing that. That's not my thing.
Very directional too. So somebody taps your shoulder, you're like, "Hey, what's up?" And you're so.
Well, that's why you put it on a tripod, so it's mounted on the ground, and you can just feed it into your goggles. Take a look when you're ready to look. But a lot of those planes are kind of flying themselves. They're like big airplanes and stuff like that. They just go off and hover and a long way away. I'm more into that proximity. I want to be close to the ground. I want to go through the buildings underneath the things.
And you don't have to walk 10 miles to retrieve your drone.
No. I want to be close to things. I want to feel it.
Got a new member, SC Aerials, Steve Carpenter. Thank you very much for becoming a new member. Appreciate that. And, we record a lot. I've got a lot of great members-only content. In fact, we used some naughty words, didn't we, Dave?
I probably dropped some F-bombs.
We did, yeah. Those F-bombs, man.
I've been known to cuss like a toddler.
Well, you better not f***ing do it. Not here, you f***ing potty mouth.
I'm trying to keep it all PG, dude. I only said penis like 5 times.
What the f*** is wrong with you? And we got another member, Fabio Potter. My old man eyes. Thank you for becoming a member. And Mike Speedy FPV back again with 10 pounds. Thanks, man. A super sticker. Thanks for the super sticker, man.
Stickers. I like stickers. Yes, I do.
Yes, we do. And Chris Robinson with 1 pound. Thank you very much, Chris Robinson. Oh, got a new member, JP FPV. Welcome to the Heron Birds. And there is, you look in there, members, you get access to all this stuff. There is some nudity.
Yeah, I saw a nipple.
No, there are nipples. There are, speaking of, and I know they're watching. Ta-da! There you go. There you go. That's old Tammy
Max
Jean.
Air 420
Max Air
and
420. Tammy Jean. Super Deluxe with $10. Hey, thank you. Ken and Fly High with a little heart. Thank you.
I love Super Deluxe too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, buddy.
Now, this is a Super Deluxe video. Not from Super Deluxe, but this is from Casey Wrightsman. He says, "Hey, Ken, I thought I would share this video where I spent 2 days battling this dive gap. I ended up using all my batteries on the second day and came close during my last 2, so I went back through looking for 1 pack with just enough juice to have another couple tries, and I ended up getting it on my very last try. Inside the gap, It's really dark, so when you come flying into it, it's almost blind for the first second and a half because your camera hasn't adjusted exposure yet. Looking forward to Thursday night. Thanks, Casey." So this is really fun video, and it's just all part of the determination and fun, because when you finally can, shoot that gap, knife edge that tree or whatever, it really is satisfying. So here is Casey on his major power loop. Try number 1.
Oh, yes.
You see it?
Yeah.
You see what you have to do?
Such a good little gap. It's tiny.
Oh!
Yeah. Beautiful, dude. Nice work. Determination pays off.
Dude, with like no batteries left, I literally had to go through and find batteries that had just a little bit of battery left in them. Heck yes.
Yeah.
I know that building too. That's famous. I've seen a bunch of people dive that thing. They'll do the Philly corkscrew.
Oh, yeah?
It's cool. I've not seen them hit that slot though. That was impressive.
Can you tell me what state it's in?
I want to say they're out west. Cali, maybe?
Okay. It looked pretty dry and warm. They're wearing shorts if it's this time of year. But thank you, Casey. Casey always has great videos. Now, like I said, it's not all the FPV stuff. So to the 2 GPS camera drone people still watching, this is from Josh Hood. And he says, "Here's one from over the frozen Mississippi River in Alton, Illinois. And this is the DJI POS, FPV, but it's still beautiful." Pretty ballsy to fly any kind of FPV quad over water. But
I love it.
With the DJI stuff, you're not gonna like desync or fail safe or anything. It seems pretty solid connection. Dave, for those who don't know, what is desyncing?
A desync is when your motor and your ESCs aren't talking correctly anymore. They're missing their cycles. And so instead of your drone going where it's supposed to, it kind of freaks out, spazzes, and then you do a death roll.
And if you're over water, it will desync to the bottom of whatever body of water you happen to be. That's awesome. Thank you very much for sending that in. That was from Josh Hood. If you haven't sent something in, if you're watching from another country and you have something beautiful that you would like to share with the rest of the world, you can send it here. Send it here. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Again, make sure to include your music source. If you added music to it and it's copyrighted, well, then I will get in trouble. And you don't want Uncle Ken to get in trouble, do you? No. So use Epidemic. Copyright-free music. You can subscribe to them. There's a free trial link for 30 days in the description. They've got like 100,000 sound effects, everything you need to make your videos excellent, because everything else is crap. Thank you, Epidemic, for sponsoring. Yes, Dave, you look like you wanted to say something.
Dude, if you've got a video you want to submit to Ken, you should send it to him, but then you should send it to me, because I've got a freestyle competition going on right now, and I'm going to sponsor 2 pilots. 2 pilots are going to get picked by our pool of judges who are our current sponsored pilots. Ken is one of them. And Doom Rider and Mako Reactora, she's a race pilot out of Maine. They're my other judges. But we're going to judge together, and then the community is also going to judge. And we're going to pick 2 pilots out of that to get sponsored by me.
Oh, cool.
So if you've got a video, you need to submit it. There's a link in my bio on Instagram, and I'm going to plug it into the chat right now. But you just need a 1-minute video posted to YouTube and submit it to me. Any music is fine, even if it's crap.
Yeah, Dave doesn't care. Go to Dave's channel.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Ozzy? Okay, whatever.
Dude, I love Ozzy. As long as you get before he sobered up.
Right, yeah. Sober Ozzy, no good. No. So if people are interested in that, I'm sure you can go to FlyHighFPV.com as well, and there's info on there, right?
Yeah, submit, though, because we're closing the entries on Sunday, and then Monday we're going to do the live stream with superCritical, and we'll be doing the judging then. So if you don't get one in by Sunday, it's too late. Any kind of video will work as long as it's drone footage, even if it's GPS drone, cinematic, chase, drift, anything at all, freestyle, we'll take it all.
Now, what if it's GPS drone footage of the moon? Because I don't know why this is. But
send it to the moon.
Well, look, I'll just tell you this. You know, when sometimes when the moon is really full, you know, you get that harvest moon or something. When everybody's taking pictures of the moon, they're like, "Oh, I got a drone. I'll take a picture of the moon." You are not getting any closer to the moon. It's not going to make any difference if you shoot it with your camera phone or with your drone from 100, 200, 400 feet up. It's not going to make any damn bit of difference. But people still do it. And this is David G. sent this in. He said, "Hello, Ken. As I'm sure you know, taking video of the moon using a drone can present many challenges. But I found a technique which others might like to learn from. This was filmed in the county of Norfolk, England. Great channel you have, by the way. Keep up the good work. And by Toodly Pip, old boy," he says. So learn from David G. how to film the moon.
How not to.
Well, it's daytime. I don't know. You can't even see the moon.
It looks like the sun.
It does look like the sun. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, dear.
See, he missed that basic thing where before you start flying backwards, you got to get above everything.
Right. Well,
that's just real basic GPS
oh, there you
stuff.
go. There it is. There's the moon.
How beautiful.
And it's getting darker.
I like the way he framed the shot.
Yeah, that was perfect. Still staring at the moon 30 minutes later, just before the battery died. So he accidentally filmed the moon with his drone from a tree. Oh, no. Poor little Minnie. It's all broken. Oh.
Well, the gimbals aren't cheap, but you can replace the arm with the motor and the antennas inside for about $20.
Yeah, that's sad. But that's a lesson we can all learn on how not to video the moon with your drone.
Get up above the trees, do a good 360, make sure you're clear of everything, and then you can fly anywhere you want.
Man, that was sad. That was sad. You know, I think I need a little break, a little seventh inning stretch for the new people here. This is the RAS chamber that we can all step into.
I'm stepping right into the RAS.
Let's hop
I'll be
in.
right back.
Yeah, you down to your skivvies, whatever you want. There's no rules here. Everything is perfectly wonderful here in the RAS chamber as you let the purple and blue goo and bubbles envelop your being. Let it get all up into the naughty bits. Betwixt the toes and all up into your various flaps, if you have flaps. Yes. No, ladies, I bet you didn't know those floated. Yes, they do. Not a lot of rules here in the RAS chamber, but there is one. Dave, what is it?
Don't fart in the RAS.
Do not please fart in the RAS. Now sit back and enjoy.
It's real bubbly in here tonight.
Nick Holt FPV, what the hell is wrong with you? Nick Holt, couldn't you hold your fart a little bit longer? Didn't we just say no farting in the RAS? Shame.
Nick knows better.
Shame, Nick. I feel better. Hey, you want to go to Newfoundland?
Yes, of course.
Let's do it. And I see your super chats coming in. I have not missed them. I will get with that in just a moment. And thank you so much for supporting the channel. I would not be able to do this without you. This is from Mike. He says, hey, Ken, I took the Mini 2 up and got 2 different views of the small coastal community of Rattling Brook, Newfoundland. I love how the sunset changes color of the ocean as I yaw the drone to the right. The music sound is by Epidemic, because if it wasn't, it would be total crap. Link in the description. And so enjoy this video from Newfoundland. Shot with a Mini 2. Everybody's getting their minis out. Oh, that's purty. Dave, you ever been to Newfoundland?
No. I had a couple Newfoundlands.
Did you?
Some big old doggies.
Yeah. Is that a breed of dog?
It is. They're giant water dogs.
Oh, wow. What were their names?
We did fostering. We had like bunches of them over the years.
Oh, you foster dogs? I did that for a while, but it broke my heart and I had to stop.
It's hard, man. When we lived in Tuscaloosa, we rescued about 600 dogs. Lots of big ones.
I still get pictures from their new
and
owners.
Mastiffs and all the big old puppies.
Yeah, I love doggies so much. How many dogs you got now?
I've got one right now, a Great Dane.
You like the
And
big
we
old
just
dog.
finished posturing a boxer puppy yesterday. We gave it up to a new home.
Wow. That's beautiful. Thank you for that footage of Newfoundland. Mike, appreciate that.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I love
I wonder what kind of battery life you get in that cold.
It does affect battery life, and that's a good question for the people thinking about getting an FPV. The batteries on the things are not intelligent batteries. They won't save your ass. They are dangerous bombs waiting to happen. And how much flight time do you normally get from like a 4S or 6S?
You get like 3 to 10 minutes, depending on how you fly. But I wouldn't really call the DJI batteries intelligent.
Well, yeah, I see your point, but
I mean, $160 for a 6S $1,800 mAh battery.
Right.
Like, man, that's about a $30 battery.
So the intelligence belongs to the marketing department.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Right.
The guy that wants to sell you 3 batteries, that's where the intelligence comes from.
Yeah. So we're gonna check the mail. We're gonna touch Ken's box here in a minute. But first,
what's in the box?
Let's go to Perth. You ever been to Perth?
I think I was when I was a kid. When I was like 5 years old, we were there.
Really? In Australia?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I've never been to Australia. I want to go.
I don't remember much of it.
No?
I don't remember like kangaroos jumping around or anything.
Well, I mean, that's all Australia has is kangaroos. They have nothing else to offer. That's,
and snakes, right?
Kangaroos and snakes and koalas, and that's it. And throw another one on the Barbie. That's all Americans know about Australia, right?
No, they actually have a pretty good little racing scene popping up in Australia. Shout out to Alpha Prop.
Now, you know FPV is illegal in Australia now, right?
I know.
I know. I agree with you. I second your psh, but they've tried to make it illegal. In fact, if you want to follow the rules, you can't. Now it's New Zealand that has what is that? I can't. I zoned out. Where you can't go, where you go by what's the highest thing? Shielded operations. They have that in New Zealand, but not Australia. And please don't mix up New Zealand and Australia because both of them will get upset. Now we go to Perth. This is from Rory, Carbon Cage's dad. Nice. And I know they're watching right now. He says, "Hey Ken, this week Perth, Western Australia was lucky enough to feature a drone light show. These are cluster drones. I have included all the details regarding the show. Thought it would maybe newsworthy because it sure is here in the most isolated city in the world, Perth." And so what I did was I sped this up a little bit because most cluster drone shows are kind of boring and slow unless you're there to enjoy it. But here is the Perth light show. So this is actually sped up 500 times. Or, yeah, 500%. 500% speed.
5 times?
5 times. Yes. That's what I meant to say.
I got the math for you, bro.
You got it. Thanks. I appreciate it. Algebra? I don't need that. You ever seen a cluster drone show, Dave?
I haven't yet, man. I heard there was one in Birmingham, like, right after it happened.
Oh, man. Yeah, but it depends on how many drones there are.
Yeah, the more resolution.
Yeah, I got invited to, somebody said, "Hey, come on out to our cluster drone show." And I'm like, "How many?" 27. I was like, nah. I think I've seen 27 drones whenever you and I fly down with the group.
Not all flying at the same time.
No, and not at night with lights on it, but I want my first.
Oh, we definitely done some with lights on them.
That is true. You've got at night, man. What is that stuff you put around the edge? It's like neon.
The LED strip lights.
I have to get one of those.
Dude, they're really, really bright.
Can you get that at FlyHighFPV.com?
You know you can. They're only $8.
Oh, okay.
I've got them that run on 6S, and I've got another set that run on 3 to 4S.
Excellent.
But they're crazy bright. You need sunglasses kind of bright.
Thank you for sending that in, Carbon Cage and Dad, Rory. Appreciate that. That was lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, now let's get into Ken's box.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
A box.
We just got a letter.
A box.
We just got a letter.
More like a box.
Wonder who it's from.
Well, this is from Ken Torbeck. Ken Torbeck sent this to me, and I've undone it, but I haven't looked inside. So now I'm gonna look inside.
What's in the box, Ken?
What's in the box? So the first thing I see is something that looks like it flies, like you would wind it up, and then it would fly. But part of it fell off, so I'll have to play with that later. And then in here, there's a it's a Magic Flyer butterfly, of course. Instructions, in case you couldn't figure that out. And then something in bubble wrap. Ooh. Wonder what it could be. No. Gold bricks, Dave.
Gold bricks.
Gold bricks. Let's see, what is this? What? Blue ribbons.
I see blue ribbons.
It's blue ribbons.
Did you win some awards?
I did. Now, okay, this is awesome. I'm glad that I didn't see this before because this is my genuine reaction seeing this for the first time. It says, "My drone survived flying with Ken Heron." So you'd wear.
That's perfect.
You're right, and you got the T-shirts. What?
Yeah.
I mean, I look. There has been a string of videos where I ask people to do things, challenges, and for some reason they do them. Sometimes it doesn't go that well. Sometimes I have to buy them a new drone.
That's why we made the T-shirt that says Ken Heron made me do it.
Oh my goodness! Look, there's a whole bunch of these pins. I'm gonna keep these as prizes. If anybody, heck, If anybody
you need
wants
to just
one of
keep
these,
those in the trunk of your car, dude.
I want to give one away right now. Pick me, pick me! I'll give one of these to a member only. If you're a member of the channel, sorry, non-members. If you're a member of the channel, say pick me. I'll pick someone real quick and I'll send this to you if you want it. My drone survived. Oh, my drone survived flying with Ken Heron. Oh, that's nice. Oh my goodness. Dave, pick someone. You pick a winner.
Let me stop the chat.
That's awesome. Thank you, Ken.
107 drones.
107 drones. Congratulations. And now we can stop saying pick me, pick me. I think YouTube gets mad when that happens. But thank you, Ken, so much. That is awesome. Hey, if you want to send me something, gold bricks, whatever, you can send it here. Ken Heron, P.O. Box 1281, Huntington, Tennessee, 38344. And now...
I also accept gold bricks, but I'll give you drone parts for them.
Okay. Very cool. Now, I got just 2 videos left from the viewers. And one is the viewer video of the week. It is short. I'll show it twice, but it's amazing. It's amazing. The viewer video of the week. All right. So before we do that, this one's from Tom Henderson. He says, hey, Ken, I took a drone over to Milton, Florida to shoot their beautiful downtown area and river walk. It's very popular in the summer, but as you can see, so much quieter in winter. Music is, as always, from Epidemic because you want the finished product to be not crap. And thank you for sending that in. Here it is, Milton Riverwalk. Do it. Do it. Here it is. Oh, that's nice. That's peaceful, isn't it?
If I wrote you a song, if I got every word perfectly weighted on a thin piece of paper, would it make any difference? Would it change for the better if I wrote you a poem, if I posted a letter?
Would you fly that bridge that looks like it's permanently open? Would you fly through there? Would you chance it? You would?
100%.
Even though
I would power loop that bridge, dude.
Oh.
On a thin piece of paper.
I would also swim across that river and get my drone back if I had to.
Really?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Now
I've been known to just chuck my shoes on the shore and jump in.
Do you coat all of your drones?
I do, every single one of them. I've even, when I took apart my mini Mavic, I coated it too.
Yeah, and what's that stuff called for people who don't know what we're talking about?
Conformal coating. It's modified silicone that you can just paint right on. It is really easy to just waterproof an electronic board and just coat it up so that it's water resistant and you can fly in the rain and the mist and the waterfalls and the snow and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Without worry.
A lot of people don't know that brushless motors can be run underwater, and you proved that with one of your videos.
Oh yeah, I've got tutorials on my channel that are, there's a whole section on waterproofing that'll teach you how to waterproof different types of boards, different types of waterproofing that's out. And I am really late on it, but I've been doing a waterproofing shootout where I test MG Chemicals conformal coating with Cot King and Worry Free and E6000 epoxy, and show each of those tested on different types of boards and different types of connections to see how they may be better than others, and show the differences to people and show them what they can do to take that next level of waterproofing, because MG is kind of like light duty. It's easy to work with and you can paint it on just about everything, but you start going to like epoxy and you're talking about like permanent stuff.
Right. So if you need to make a repair, it's harder to scrape it off.
Exactly. Okay. But the regular conformal coating is super easy. You can just solder right through it and do your repairs and then paint it on again to seal the deal.
Which one smells the best when it's drying?
Oh, I think that Cot King takes the heat for fumes. It's definitely the most noxious of the ones that I've smelled. But also, I've got a video of me trying to use it. I go to put it on. It's got this little nipple. I'm squeezing like hard as hell to get it to come out. And all of a sudden it just explodes. The whole nipple comes off and half the tube globs out onto my board.
Well,
and I'm like, trying to do a tutorial video where everything's like delicate and like very careful and clean. And it's like a whole glob of crap across my desk.
You should know that you can't go squeezing nipples hard. You got to finesse them.
Oh, well.
They require finesse. A little gentle touch, a little forceful, but with a little finesse too. And respect the nipple. You should know.
I should have waited for that load to come out, huh?
Yeah,
should have worked it.
Okay. Hurry up. Now, let's do the viewer video of the week, shall we? And freewellgear.com. Thank you very much for supplying the prizes, the ND filters, the polarized filters for your drone and or camera. They've got it all. freewellgear.com. Do check them out. Tell them Ken sent you. All right. So the winner of the Freewell filters this week is the anticipation. Flight Risk Flip FPV. Flight Risk Flip FPV. This is amazing. All right. I'm going to play this video and I want you to watch in the upper left-hand corner, okay? He says, "Hey, Ken, an owl attacked my 3-inch quad. Didn't know it until I reviewed the footage. So I've got regular speed and slow-mo in here as well. Hope this makes your show. No crappy music. Lol. Flight Risk Flip FPV." I'll play this twice if you want me to, but this is the viewer video of the week, and it's amazing. Check it out. Whoa! You just turned into prey, my friend. Watch it coming in. Laser locked.
Look at that face, dude.
You're done.
Oh, they're amazing beasts.
Aren't they great? You want to see it again?
Yes. Show it to us again.
The face. Just like imagine you're prey, an animal, right? And you see that just locked onto you, like the body's going, but the head's just, that's the last thing you see is, here
the
it is.
owl's like, these little 3-inch bitch.
Yeah. Wow.
You're not flying in my airspace.
Right? Here it comes. Oh, man. Out of nowhere. That was fantastic.
Hawk grab me by the GoPro and just toss the quad.
What happened?
I had a hawk come down. I was filming it, and I was thinking, like, man, I got this great shot of this hawk, but I'm up above it filming him against some brown trees. If I get down below it and point up above, I'll be able to get the blue sky behind him and light him a little differently. As soon as I went down below him, he dove straight down on me and just grabbed me by the GoPro and tossed the drone through the air. The drone did like 3 backflips and then leveled out. And then I saw him coming at me again from my peripheral, and I just disarmed and let the quad drop on the side of the mountain.
Wow.
And, 45 minutes later, I got to the top of the mountain where my quad was waiting, and he was still flying overhead, like watching the area. And when I watched the footage, as soon as it hit the drone goes down. He just hovered right over where the drone was and then perched, just hung out and waited for it. Like, you're not moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna let this drone bleed out and then have you for lunch.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, birds of prey are just awesome.
They're amazing. They're my inspiration to be up there in the first place.
And really, I mean, if us as human beings could fly like a bird, that's what we would do. We would do what our FPV quads can do, like birds of prey. But did you see my video where I chased a falcon?
Yes, the falconer. That was cool.
Yeah. Now, I've been invited back, and I hadn't thought, but I'll just ask you right here. Do you want to go with me? Because she wants me to come and chase her falcons again. It'll be
that sounds fun.
Falcon fun, right? You want a falcon come with me?
That sounds fucking awesome.
Falcon A, man. We should do that. Okay, great. All right. Well, before we go, I just want to remind everybody that remotepilot101.com is the place to get your Part 107 training, okay? Dave, you've got your Part 107, clearly. Obviously, you're a business guy. You got to have it to make money with your drone. Legally in the United States, you have to have your 14 CFR Part 107 certification. Joshua Bardwell just showed me earlier today, his card. They issue these ID cards that are great for picking up ladies in the bar because, when you go in a bar, women just love drone pilots. They know. That's a fact. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's got 2 licenses on it. I actually have a manned actual aircraft pilot license as well.
Excellent. And if you get your 107, you're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from a little additional training at mzeroa.com, their parent company, to become a manned pilot. Taught by Jason Shepard, the blue-eyed, 2-watch wearing dreamboat that will teach you, has these video lessons that you can't fail, because if this dumbass can figure out freaking sectional charts, then you can. All right?
Yeah, dude, I highly recommend anybody who's thinking about doing anything with drones to just go ahead and get the license. It will empower you to do more, to go out and make money, and to, once you start making money with drones, then you don't have to listen to anybody complain about how much money you're spending.
That's right. You hear that? So there's many good reasons, not the least of which is just to get the knowledge. Because if you're out there and you know a little bit more about any authority that might hop up on you, then that's handy. Use Heron18 for the discount, 30% off, remotepilot101.com. Love you, mean it. All right. Well, I guess that's just about the end. We do everything? Oh, that's right. Dave has another joke for us. And go.
Oh, another joke?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't let me see.
This is going to be the best one.
Can I think of one on the fly?
Oh, this is going to be the best one.
I don't have another joke for you, man. I had 3.
That's fine. Alexa, tell me a joke.
Where does baby corn come from?
Where?
If there's only popcorn.
Where? What? Was that a joke? Oh, pop. I see. Oh, geez. Wow.
Okay, I've got another joke for you.
Yeah, please. Better than that one.
So, a woman walks into DJI drone shop. She's shopping for a new drone.
Uh-huh.
And she walks across the room and she sees the new Cine 3 and she's really, really like wants to get her hands on it. So she bends over and reaches over to touch it. And as she bends over, she lets out a big old fart. And she's like embarrassed and like, oh my God, did anybody hear me or see me? And she turns around and there's a salesman standing right behind her and she's just mortified. And he's like super professional. He walks up like a boss and is like, hey, how are you doing today, ma'am? Is there anything I can help you with? And she says, oh, yes, I was wondering, how much does this drone cost? She says, ma'am, if you farted just touching the thing, you're going to shit yourself when you hear the price.
That's a pretty good one. Thanks, Dave. That was top of the line, top shelf, sir. Thank you so much. And before we say goodbye, I do want to thank Super Deluxe once again. Thank you very much for the $19.99 super chat. Yeah, can I get a bucket of popcorn chicken, 2 chicken sandwiches, and a box of dozen biscuits, please? Extra honey in the bag too, please. Super Deluxe.
Somebody's got the munchies.
Would you like to supersize that? No, I don't know why anybody would have the munchies during this show. But thank you, Super Deluxe. I appreciate that. And Chris Robinson with a 1-pounder. Thank you very much for the pound. And Mike Speedy FPV is back yet again with a 20-pounder. Thank you very much for watching over there in Europe. Hi, could I please get some stickers? You bet.
Stickers, I like stickers. Yes, I do.
I do.
Stickers.
Stickers.
Stickers, I like stickers more than you.
One more time.
Stickers.
And now Dave will have the final word. What's the final word?
FPV.
FPV. Biatches! That's it.
We hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
Man, what a good time tonight. Thank you so much, all my new FPV friends, all the new members. If you're just checking out the show for the first time, we do this every week. Have been for almost 5 years. Where you been? Come back again next week. We've got somebody representing the female drone community. It's going to be amazing. Thank you, Joshua Bardwell, for learning us something and for knowing everything. Dave, thank you for being the co-host tonight. Appreciate it. Thank you to Jeff Sills and everybody who supports the channel each and every week. My goodness, I love you. I mean it. Until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Bye.
And bye.
the kill like a processed meat. Enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them grow. You enjoy pigeon jerky,
a tail like a processed meat. Yeah. That was so funny.
You'll enjoy Thursday Night Live with Ken Heron and Kelly, Jeff and Ashley too. There'll be fun and quizzes and Kelly's misses, but Bird is the word in the news. It's the #1 live stream, it's got pizzazz. There's only one rule, don't fart in the rats. If you think it's funny, super chat some money, 'cause TNL is here for you. Yeah!